A major trade announced at the baseball winter meetings. Gary is up next to tell us all about it. And a controversial new book. It has parents talking. Gary introduces us to Richard Dudum, author of What Your Mother Never Told You. Gary's up next.
What Your Mother Never Told You, a survival guide for teenage girls, is a work of Richard Dudum. Rich is an attorney by trade, but has also spent, and Rich, correct me if I'm wrong, 28 years working with children?
Long time.
All right. I guess the obvious question is, and this is, we're going to get into some of these controversial topics. Someone's going to say, well, who's Rich? I mean, who's this Dudum guy going to tell me how to raise my child? Who are you?
You know, Gary, I'm not telling them how to raise their child, but I've spent 20 years listening to teenagers, and they have a lot on their mind, and they have very serious questions, and they want answers. And I give them those answers in that book.
I've met your kids, and now that I know Dad's come out, I looked at them twice. I didn't notice there was anything wrong or that maybe they've had troubles. I mean, what inspired you? Or you want to share some with your kids? I mean, some about your kids? You
know, Gary, all of our teenagers are really in the eye of a storm. You know, they really are dealing with issues, whether it's the media, the internet. They have a lot of, you know, competing expectations.
But this isn't firsthand experience. You didn't have one of your children start to stray off and you said, let me pull them back in?
No, I talk to my kids. I hear what they have to say. I understand what's going on with these kids.
Okay, let's go right through. And some of these, I'm going to make you twitch a little bit, but that's how Rich does it. You don't owe him jack. That segment contains?
There is a chapter. There are 63 chapters. That's one of them, short and to the point. I want the girls to understand that, you know, they should always be respectful. They should always say thank you, but they don't need to reciprocate. If somebody tells them they're beautiful, he's right. They're beautiful, but they don't know him.
Let me cut to the chase. You're talking about sex after dinner.
Absolutely.
All right.
It's not necessary.
All right.
You know?
How, up to what age? I mean, it's going to sound funny, but I mean, you're talking about high school kids, college kids? What do you...
Yeah, this book is designed for kids from 13 to 19. You know, but the point is that you never owe anybody anything.
All right.
Other than respect and common courtesy.
Here's a tough one. Don't dress or act like a hoe.
That's right.
Rich, you need a hoe to sell the book? Is that it?
No, actually, that chapter is pretty straightforward, Gary. But it's actually a serious chapter because it's about perceptions and communication skills. I want the kids to accurately portray who they are. Okay. That's what that chapter is all about.
For the sake of the discussion, you're talking about how kids dress, this and that. When you want to be accepted, when you look at a popular girl who is wearing something, it's easier said than done to tell your child, I want you to hold back and keep your dignity, because when you're 16, you're thinking about making friends and being popular, not so much dignity.
You know, Gary, I want them to have fun, let them go to parties, let them dance, let them dress beautifully. They just need to respect themselves.
How about when you were a kid, Rich? Were you a wild guy? Is that what makes you worry about your own kids? You don't want them to be like Dad?
Maybe a little bit, but it's even more than that, Gary. You know, the kids, you know, they just need to understand that what they say, how they act, are being perceived. They're communicating a message. I just want them to be accurate.
What do you think of the rap videos and or videos in general now? I mean, you could have Whitesnake, for criminy sakes, began with Tawny Katane crawling on the hood of a car. You worry the kids watch this stuff?
No, I mean, if they watch it, that's all fun TV, but reality TV is not real.
Okay. How about figure out who you're not?
Right, that's real important, Gary. These kids are all trying to figure out who they are. It's easier for them to figure out who they're not. If they don't want to do something, then they've come to the conclusion, that's not who I am, that's not who I want to be. And they're one step closer to figuring out who they actually are.
I'll come back at you again. If you're my dad, all right, I'm a teenage girl, I say, hey, Dad, I know you love me, but you're not out there in the world now trying to make a name. You're sitting there smoking a pipe. You know, these words are nice. You think it's going to hit home with a 13 to 19-year-old?
I think it is. I mean, there's a lot of tough love in my book, Gary. But if they can handle what life is going to throw at them, they can handle the tough love in my message.
All right, here's one that particularly, and we will make a little aside here just to break up the seriousness. Kelting, I think you have to talk to Kelting about this after, all right? Teach the individual how to drink.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Can you forget that for a minute? Can you help a 40-year-old man?
I think he's on his own, Gary.
Yeah, no, he is on his own. Yeah, okay. Now,
I don't drink much.
No, Mike?
It's Saturday night.
No, but nothing wrong with that. You're your own man, and it's paid off with a blossoming career. Would you agree, Mike?
Yes, I would agree.
Okay.
And I'm in control at all times.
Okay, that's how he got the job. He went out with Curtis one night. They both go, okay, fine. I'll work for this, and the rest is history.
Right.
Yeah, all right. But on a serious note, now we get back to the business here. To me, that's the most difficult one of anything in your book. is that you want to be popular, you want to hold a drink in your hand, and you know how cruel kids can be. Oh, we don't want to invite Jenny to the party. She doesn't drink.
Right.
Go ahead.
You know, I'd rather they not drink, but if they're going to decide to drink, Gary, they have to be smart. You know, they can hold the drink, they don't have to drink it.
You mind me tell what'd you do with your children?
Well, you know, I told them straight up, the more you drink, the more at risk you are, the more you're giving somebody an opportunity to take advantage of you.
Yeah. But you taught your kids how to drink, so to speak?
Yeah, I spoke with them about it. I told them that, you know, don't take a drink from somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in it. You know, date rape's a serious issue. I tell them if you put your drink down and you go to dance, don't pick up that drink again. You don't know what's in it.
Boy, Richard, so you're a better man. You met my kids, right?
They're beautiful.
There's no way. Well, but there's no way I would sit them down and teach them how to drink.
You don't have to. It's in the book.
No, okay. So just hand them what your mother never told you, and at age 15, their worries are over.
Well, actually,
how about just don't drink? Just don't drink.
You can try that, and I'd love that, but that's not going to happen.
You know what I'm going to do? Can you get a tight shot of Kelting? I'm just going to put this picture in there, my kid's bedroom, and say, if indeed you drink.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
You'll look like
that
me?
landed, Rich. I don't need the book here. You get a picture of Kelting. But no, I don't want my kid to drink, period.
Right. Well, then you're going to be lucky if they don't.
Really?
Yeah.
You think I would just, by saying just don't do it, that I'm going to ostracize them?
No, you need to communicate and educate.
Wow. So that's the wrong way to go.
Well, you know, there's no wrong way. As long as you're talking to them, you're doing fine. But you need to let them know what you expect and what you expect from them.
All right. We're going to, Amazon.com is what Richard's book is on, but right here.